And all done whilst driving at a sensible speed. Hello, and behind me is a Rover 100. Quite a well-known Rover 100, known as Project Ronnie. It isn't a standard colour. It's not an entirely standard car. It's undergone a full restoration and full respray in this colour, which is trophy blue. And doesn't it look fantastic for it? Used to be Tahiti blue. That's that darker blue, suitable for this car, but this one, trophy blue. It's had everything done to it, everything you could need. Subframes refurbished, engine sorted out, and any kind of corrosion that was on this car has all gone. I can't tell you how much this restoration cost, because that would be rude. And also, I don't know. This video has been a very, very long time in the waiting. It's kept in a garage, doesn't get the opportunity to get dented or scratched or anything like that. It's fully waxed, it's fully ceramic coated so that the paint isn't going to get scratched, and it has an awful lot of interesting details. There's its name there, and on the dashboard as well. And there's its plaque that comes out for shows. We don't really worry about door shut sounds with a car like this, although that's not bad. Isn't it a cute little thing? As we can see, we have a feature window full of stickers, so beards and bangers, yep, okay. And it's pretty much the same on the other side. Not only does this car have a one-off paintwork, but it also has a rather interesting interior as well. But doesn't it look fantastic? With the blue on the inside and on the outside as well. It is made to feel sporty, whilst not necessarily going very fast. And I, for one, think that cars are often spoiled by being fast. And this one may as well just be as it is. Normally, I would hate that, but in this it works. Normally, I wouldn't bother with that, but in this it works. The door cards and the seats matching are good. The rest of the dashboard is standard, but the steering wheel, as you can see, isn't. All of these details make this rather unique Rover 100 quite a special place to sit. This isn't exactly a car review because I'm not talking about the Rover Metro 100 as an actual car, other than it's cute and it's actually quite a lot of fun to drive. Obviously, if you sit in the back, you're not going to have a great deal of room. But you're not going to care about that because you're going to be too busy giggling away at the funny little thing. Oh, non-standard exhaust. That's going to make a rorty sound indeed. You wouldn't expect the boot to be big, and it isn't. And this one is about half the size that it used to be due to this monstrosity. Oh look, the crankcases. Crumpet of approval. Those hairy get everywhere. Time we had a look at the engine, I think. Now this is a bit more standard, except for the shiny bits. It's just a single cam 1.1 K-series engine that develops somewhere in the region of between 50 and 200 brake horsepower. Dizzy cap and points rather than coil packs, but at least it doesn't have a carburettor. Oh look, a fire extinguisher. Wind up windows, no power steering, rorty exhaust. Cars from the past are always a lot more endearing than cars of the present or recent past. How joyful would you expect a car like this to be? A little bit, very much so. I often wonder why more people don't own old stuff like this, because you can't have that same sense of just being happy to go out for a drive. in a modern car. It doesn't matter how many gadgets it has, doesn't matter how fast it is or how economical it is or how little it costs you to charge it up overnight or how wonderful you feel about yourself for saving the planet by driving an electric vehicle. It doesn't beat the simple pleasures of driving something like this. Doing 50 miles per hour, it takes some effort. You get a reward. You don't just put your foot down and suddenly you're there. You've actually got to commit yourself to going at this kind of speed, which means that you should not get speeding tickets very easily. They should be a real badge of honor, a real accomplishment in a car like this. Having said that though, I wouldn't say it was slow. It's not sluggish, it wasn't supposed to be a fast car. But it is a nimble one. This is lovely on the roundabout. Giving it some steering input, it feels fantastic. We watch out for people that aren't expecting you to come around the roundabout. This really clings on quite nicely. Hey, I've never enjoyed this roundabout as much as I'm enjoying this one right now. This is brilliant. Woohoo! It's like a go-kart! All right. And all done whilst driving at a sensible speed. That's the brilliant part. There's nothing illegal going on there. It's just a nice, casually go around the roundabout. Fantastic. And we have a slight burble on the overrun there. A slight exhaust burble. Brakes a bit. Yep, the brakes work just a bit. Somehow the brakes don't feel very impressive when you've been steering it. This car is for steering and changing gear. Gear change is really, really nice on it. It does have quite a bit of gearbox whine, and there's a bit of a... It's definitely not the quietest. Quite often in a car, even of this size, you can happily buzz along without even hearing the engine. But on this, it's an engine that's a lot more audible. Probably down to the fact there's no sound deadening anywhere. There's no sound deadening under the bonnet. There's none on the doors. There's very little between me and the actual engine. There's a plastic dashboard and a thin layer of bulkhead. A thin layer of bulkhead. There's not a lot to this car. Not a lot at all. What's the weight of it? Probably about 700 kilos. I mean, the driving position is a little bit on the awkward side, and there's no adjustment on the steering wheel, which means that the steering wheel's touching my knees a little bit. If it had its original full-size steering wheel, it'd be even more in the way. And it's not really a car meant for big people. It's meant for small people that struggle to drive big cars. It's so narrow, it's so easy to drive, it's so engaging, it's just... It's lovely, and I like the steering wheel as well. I'm not really a huge fan of cars with aftermarket bits. Well, I'm not. I mean, my car, my bonkers car, is full of original parts. It's just original from a different car. I personally think that this is the kind of car you take to Tesco. So that's what I've decided to do. Reason being, of course, is that this was once considered a shopping car. There we go. I've come to Tesco. I'm not going to go in. But one of the disappointments of car parks, of course, is there isn't enough space to park and swing your door open. In this, you don't get that problem at all. However, it hasn't stopped me from parking right to the edge, on the edge. You could literally fit 2 Metros in this space if you were to saw it up a little bit. Another rather fantastic feature of this car is its exceedingly tight turning circle. Oh yes, you could really... I'm doing it again, I'm going around in circles just because I can get away with it. Right, I better stop that now. I don't like going to Tesco, but I've enjoyed going to Tesco in this car. And I've enjoyed it even more because I didn't go into the shop. This steering wheel This Alcantara, or is it suede, I'm not really sure, it just feels so lovely in the hands. It's grippy and well, it's just really, it's just such a nice thing to hold. It's like feeling a Labrador's ears. Lovely, sweet sounding engine. Now I've done my appraisal here, my review of this particular Rover 100 called Ronnie, Project Ronnie. So now it's time to just take it back. But I've been told just take it out for as long as you like. And you know what that means? I'm gonna have to just take it a bit further, aren't I? Do notice quite a lot of people turning round to have a look at this. And whilst in that car park there, that church car park, same thing, quite a few people having a right good old gander, because this car, the Rover 100 or the Metro, if you refuse to call it by its name change, is a car that many people are familiar with, many people learn to drive in, many people had as their first car, many people with happy memories. Happy memories of a time, a simpler time, where driving was actually still enjoyable. And we're going back quite a way now, when the roads weren't so busy and you could just get in your car at any time of day and just enjoy being out. It's just not like that anymore, is it? Okay, and that's it for this video. I'm sure it's been a bit shorter than normal, but I'm sorry, it's a small car. Small cars require small videos. Thank you for watching, and thank you for liking the video, and thank you for being a subscriber, and thank you for being a channel member, and thank you for commenting, and thank you for watching it to the end. There'll be more in a couple of days. Bye-bye. In conclusion, this is a rather fun little car. It's as much fun as you know it is. It really is. It's a great little thing. I'm so happy to have finally got around to driving it. Oh, and by the way, it isn't for sale. Most definitely not.